Hello Libra, welcome to your eclipse season March 2025 reading. I think there is a reward in store for you Libra, because at the end of March we're wrapping up with the sequence of eclipses that began in your sign and in Aries since April of 2023. But there's no eclipse in Libra this year. Woohoo! This is good. This is telling me that those South Node Libra eclipses that have been running through 23 and 24 have come to a close. Well, they're about to come to a close. And you have set yourself on a much more aligned path now that the South Node has left your sign. I'm going to look at what came through for you at the end of February and the beginning of March so far, and I'll extend this forecast to the very end of eclipse season, which is around April 13th. If this reading ends up resonating, I'll link an extended version down below. Now let's get into this for your sign. Have the Wheel of Fortune as the first card out. That could speak to that fortune, those good vibes, that reward that I feel is coming for you. It seems like you're on an upward trajectory, or that something kind of once in a lifetime is unfolding for you. Beautiful energy with the 9 of Coins. I have the 10 of Swords. All beginnings have to have an ending come through as well. That's the 10 of Swords. And then I have the Page of Swords, the 8 of Coins, Faith, which is often seen as the Hierophant. I have an Ace of Wands, 4 of Swords, 3 of Coins, and a really powerful energy to end this reading with. It's the Emperor. So I kind of want to go straight to the 10 of Swords, because this would suggest that whatever feels like an enormous pressure on you at the moment, pressure to create, pressure to share, pressure to exist, pressure to make a choice or to have a tough conversation, whatever it is right now, this is in the conscious, kind of current conscious awareness for you. By the end of this eclipse season, we're going to be in Aries season. That's the season associated with the Emperor right here. So by April 13th, you've got a hold of this. You've got control, and you're in a really kind of strong position here. Whatever it is, you've kind of taken a hold of a situation that currently seems to be quite intense or critical, or just like an enormous amount of pressure, it seems like. And there could have been a sense of urgency. There could have been a sense of like finding it hard to see a way out currently. This Emperor card suggests that, well, maybe it is just a test of faith, and that's what the kind of turning point looks like around, this is probably going to be around about 10 days time. And I guess this is somewhat of a test of faith. How much of these blessings can you hold? That could be another question you could ask yourself. Let's take this card by card now. The Wheel of Fortune is the current energy of change and things happening in a rather serendipitous, even destined way. When we see the Wheel of Fortune in the tarot, we are speaking about that theme of destiny. And during eclipse season, this is when the astrological component comes into it, and really this is when fated events occur. This is when fated meetings, ideas, downloads. Again, it can be, I see 2 dolphins here, so I feel like there's been a really massive highlight for you. This symbol here that looks like a 4 is actually Jupiter, which is a lot to do with luck, abundance, but mainly it's about expansion. So your life is being amplified at the moment. For some of you, that is creating a lot of pressure, and that could even be like the fear of failure as things improve on the surface for you, or as you experience like an expansion of your dreams, of your place in the world, of this path. Sometimes because of be it this life or past life, childhood, whatever it may be, the conditioning that we may have, or our trauma, or whatever's been hard for us, we can almost believe that this abundance, this peace, or this amplification of our being and our journey isn't meant for us, or that we aren't worthy. So that could be something that you're dealing with. But the good news about the Ten of Swords is, although you are at a breaking point, potentially even a breakthrough point, mentally around this storyline, this narrative, this sort of, I think it's for some kind of a conditioned and kind of comfortable story that you've been telling yourself for a long time. Tens do represent the end of a cycle. The Wheel of Fortune is number 10 too. And I've got 9 of coins here, 8 of coins. You're surely very far along your way on a specific journey at this time. Okay, so something just has to play out for you currently in order to break on through to the other side, okay? The 8 and 9 of coins. You've been working on something, and at the moment, all you can feel is pride, a sense of accomplishment. This actually seems like something you have been doing on your own, like quite a solo endeavor. This seems like something that you have really taken an interest in, Libra, applied your focus to, kind of got inventive, experimental, or even just could do nothing but eat, sleep, and breathe this. That's how dedicated and how transformative this work or creative goal or calling has been to you. And lately you have really progressed. 8 of coins is a lot to do with any 8. It really shows like a transformation. Sometimes 8 of coins seems like you've been doing the same thing, the same method, the same technique. You could do it in your sleep, whatever it is, but there's paperwork here, there's plans, there is trial and error, there are books in the background. This was something you've been researching. This is something that you've just become, for however long you've been practicing this, very, very skilled. It could be your job, of course. And now what's happened is it has transformed from the 8 to the 9. All of a sudden, that's what happens in the 8 of coins. We think we're just, kind of like plodding along, or same thing day in, day out, or we just kind of wonder, when am I going to kind of have I get a lot of breakthrough energy in this reading. This might be your time to kind of break through in some area of life, maybe even multiple areas of life. You're damn proud of yourself, it seems, Libra, because the 9 of coins is very much like pat yourself on the back energy. Of course, this looks like luxury, abundance. It looks like a thriving scene, really. This could be you being dressed up. This is a beautiful, somewhat like, I think, would that be Victorian outfit? I'm not sure. But this is just like the dove, a symbol of inner peace, I think. And then all of this abundance all around you. That's thriving and flourishing because of you. The 9 of Pentacles does usually talk about some sort of a like self-fulfillment, because it's the reward of getting it done, or this journey that you've taken. And it's Venus in Virgo, and you've got the Sun in Virgo with the 8 of coins, and this eclipse coming up on the 14th in Virgo this month. So yeah, on the 14th we have a lunar eclipse full moon in the sign of Virgo, and it's with the South Node. So you've had the South Node in your sign, Libra. Me as a Libra rising, I have felt the impact of that for sure. And it's nice and freeing for the South Node to have left your sign. As it moves into Virgo, you're kind of learning, and as are we all in the collective, how to let go of that sort of waiting for perfection that's not going to fully arrive, maybe ever, and being okay with presenting yourself as is. And there is going to be a real beauty, as always with the 9 of coins. You might just be feeling really beautiful at the moment, Libra. You might be feeling really like refined, Venus in Virgo, and purified as the South Node has left your sign now. You might just feel like cleansed in a sense. But I wanted to say one more thing. Oh yeah, this weight, this perfection, and I think you've got it as close as you really can. And everything else is just, there's like a beauty in the learning part of that. Anyway, big things are happening for you currently, and I'll go deeper into the Wheel of Fortune and all of that, of course, with everything in the extended. Page of Swords in your subconscious. I really love the fact that although consciously we're in 10 of Swords, and that this really is not always a bad thing, because like I said, 10 of Swords is the end of this cycle. So I think you've grown tired of a storyline, and the beautiful thing about any storyline, we are the writer of the script of our life, we're the director, we're the actor. So at any time you're able to choose, to consciously choose to rewrite the narrative. And this Page of Swords in your subconscious is just perfectly placed to do that. The subconscious mind is a pretty powerful part of our psyche, and fortunately for you, it seems like the subconscious mind is just poised and ready to rewrite something. This is a card of communication. This is usually a card of, you know, maybe emails or writing or drafting and data and presenting all this information and the sharing of ideas. But this is in your subconscious mind, telling me your subconscious mind feels quite light and airy rather than bogged down. I think more consciously you might feel bogged down mentally, spiritually. Even just kind of like overall physically or energetically too. The subconscious mind is like light and breezy, which is actually a good indication to tell me that like you've actually processed so much of this pressure, or the pressure on yourself and where it comes from and why. You have done so much of that work already on a subconscious level that the next steps actually are not going to be, they might be simple, but they might not be easy, if that makes sense. It's not like you can just click your finger, but they might actually just be something as simple as what usually comes up with this Faith or Hierophant card. It's a Taurus energy. So getting down to earth, bare feet on the grass, getting in tune with nature, or maybe the Wheel of Fortune here. I see kind of what they've done here in this deck is a symbol from major world religions and spiritual sects or spiritual schools of thought. Yeah, so this could be a invitation, if you like. I just noticed that the Hanged Man in reverse is at the bottom of the deck, and here we have a 7 of coins. Just getting out in nature, walking your dog, sitting under a tree, trying not to rush, the real luxury of just being able to slow all the way down. There's a real trust in this threshold of the 7 of coins. You've got the 7, the 8, the 9 of coins here. And like I did say, I felt like this overall like big picture for you, Libra, is a breakthrough at the moment. And sometimes in the 7 of coins, it can be kind of an uncomfortable moment in this journey, because although like there's nothing guaranteed, but although it's pretty like you get a sense that this is going to work out, that this is going to break through or complete or succeed in whatever way you have wanted it to, there still is, like, because it actually hasn't happened yet, there still is going to be that natural doubt. And in these moments of doubt, without letting them completely cripple and just derail all your efforts and send yourself into some sort of fight, flight, or even shut down response, take a walk outside, sit down under a tree. Is it all that urgent? Does it have to be now? That could be coming up. The fact that the Hanging Man is coming up in reverse tells me that you might be having a little bit of a crisis of faith at the moment. I think only temporarily. I think in the next 10 days, there's something that comes through after the eclipse in Virgo. That eclipse in Virgo has a beautiful trine coming from Uranus, which is in the sign of Taurus right now. And this is going to liberate you in ways. It really depends where the Virgo and Taurus part of your chart is, but let me just make a kind of a general statement. Uranus's liberating effect with this lunar eclipse in the sign of Virgo is going to free us all up in places where we don't feel whole, embodied, where we feel very self-critical, South Node shadow of Virgo being amplified, where we feel very judgmental of other people, and we know when we judge others, we're judging ourselves. We know that when we fear others' judgment, we're just judging ourselves. So I think because Hanged Man is reversed, this can be a real crisis of faith, but not for long. I don't know what exactly changes in the next 10 of Swords. I'm getting 10 days coming up, but something does where maybe it brings you to prayer, maybe it brings you to feeling very awe-inspired, maybe you feel devoted, maybe you have come to your altar and found that, yes, you know, God is here for me. Maybe right now you're at your altar and you're not feeling that quite yet, or you're not just in tune with that. Every sort of crisis of faith, in actual fact, it's just a circle bringing you full circle back to where you need to be. Again, probably something that sounds simple, but not necessarily like straightforward all the time. Yeah. I'm going to have to wrap this up soon because I'm on borrowed time and I'm expecting a wake-up call from my baby's nap now any moment. So if I have to rush suddenly, that's what that's about, and I'll see you in the extended. Now, let's keep going while we can. The Ace of Wands is coming through from a highest self position. Love it. If I was to say what I think the highest self, your highest self, is trying to bring forward through me as just a reader of the tarot cards, nothing more, I would suggest that it's saying like, go for it. Take this chance. This is a risk or a gamble, and always be responsible. I want to just caveat that, but I think so. Go for it. This is very validating. It's a thumbs up from the universe. It's infused with passion. I mean, we've got an erupting volcano here, and I think this creature can probably withstand the heat. So don't worry, you can handle this, and even more so, don't worry is like a very meager thing for me to say. Be bold, be brave, remember who you are. That's the kind of energy I'm getting from that. In your environment, there is a very peaceful, but this always happens. I think I hear it, and it's just it's just about a 5-minute. It is just me hearing the cry in the future. Anyway, I'm a tarot reader after all. Yeah. Okay, we're going to get to the rest in the extended, Libra. A nice peaceful environment for you. You're finishing April strong, March strong into April. I'll see you soon.